And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Marty's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
Milo gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Slack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
If you're a professional race car driver or crew chief, then you know how important it is to ensure the safety of your team while unloading and maneuvering your car around the track. That's where Steering Buddy comes in. Steering Buddy from Hostile Industries is the go-to solution for making unloading your car a breeze. It essentially eliminates the need for a crew member to be in a vulnerable position in a liftgate, resulting in a safer environment for everyone. Not only that, but Steering Buddy allows you to maneuver your car from the outside around sharp turns, reducing the time and attempts required to get it in position. And setting it up couldn't be easier. Simply install the clamp onto the steering column, and good to go. Plus, with its own battery, you won't have to draw power from your car, and it eliminates the lateral force that crew members often apply to the steering column when maneuvering the car from the outside. So, if you want to ensure the safety of your crew, make unloading your car a breeze, and reduce time and effort, Steering Buddy is the product for you. Get yours now at steeringbuddy.com. If you're a professional race car driver or crew chief, then you know how important it is to ensure the safety of your team while unloading and maneuvering your car around the track. That's where Steering Buddy comes in. Steering Buddy from Hostile Industries is the go-to solution for making unloading your car a breeze. It essentially eliminates the need for a crew member to be in a vulnerable position in a liftgate, resulting in a safer environment for everyone. Not only that, but Steering Buddy allows you to maneuver your car from the outside around sharp turns, reducing the time and attempts required to get it in position. And setting it up couldn't be easier. Simply install the clamp onto the steering column, and good to go. Plus, with its own battery, you won't have to draw power from your car, and it eliminates the lateral force that crew members often apply to the steering column when maneuvering the car from the outside. So, if you want to ensure the safety of your crew, make unloading your car a breeze, and reduce time and effort, Steering Buddy is the product for you. Get yours now at steeringbuddy.com.
It would appear that we lost microphone input for the entirety of this broadcast, and I want to apologize to anybody out there in Bluegrass TV. We did an entire introduction with no microphone. I am genuinely embarrassed, to say the least. This is very unfortunate. Shout out to chat. Thank you for announcing that to me and bringing that to my attention. 28 laps into this race, and we just figured it out. Anybody out there at V-Speed, Bluegrass, I apologize. It seems I was having more issues than I expected. We had some problems with trading paints to start this race out. We had an update to the iRacing service that caused some issues with my trading paints. So we had a few drivers that weren't showing up. They had white cars. I got that sorted out. But apparently in the process, broke my microphone. So that's definitely a first for me. And I'm not sure if this issue happened last night or not. But we do have race audio. We did have that working, and I again apologize. GT Hawkins was the V-Speed pick up in the booth here tonight. And I'm not just saying that because I was muted. The 14, I don't pick drivers for leagues I'm not familiar with, but I statistically went back, analyzed the 14's drive here at Short Tracks, and it looks like Hawkins isn't disappointing so far, taking away the lead at lap 14 from David Farmer. Donna, I do apologize. I know that we had some issues, and we're going to get through this together. Rafael Huby, Radburn Shutters, 4th and 5th position. Jeff Foyt in between these two, about 2 seconds separating. David Farmer actually making another mistake here. No, down pit road here for the 84. So pit stop starting. We did have audio last night, burnouts, thank goodness. But starting green flag pit stops here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. GT Hawkins going to lead lap number 19 into the books for him. We're 33 laps into this race. Going to start more cars down pit road as the 84 comes out. He's going to lose a lap to the leaders. No takers down pit road this time by yet. 44, Shutters trying to get down pit road. He will do it successfully. Has to come from the outside. The number 8 of Caustic also down pit road. A long, long journey down this pit road. It's at 45 miles per hour, if I remember correctly. Hawkins going to stay out another lap. Here's Foyt staying out. Huby still going another lap. Here comes the 9 of Holder. Just behind him, Silver's in. It was probably best that I was muted at the start of this broadcast. I was sounding pretty nasally. It's kind of cleared up a little bit. I don't know if any of you, there's the 14 of Hawkins coming down pit road now. I don't know if any of you live in the rural northwest or northeast, but ragweed this time of year, it's torture. So allergies very high for me this time of year. Jeff Foyt takes over the lead. Probably going to come down this time by. Going to get a lap led here for the number 90. And he's going to stay out another lap. Down the front stretch here. Rafael Huby, Barrett Morton. Still out on the racetrack with Foyt. 4 cars have not pitted yet. That's Foyt, Hubie, Morton, and Schwartz still out on the racetrack. Jonathan Cofield, the first to bring it down pit road, I do believe. He is in the 5th spot right now. He might take over the lead after this all cycles through. He was one of the cars that got involved in an accident there. So he's on a little bit different pit cycle than the rest of this field. Voigt's going to stay out another lap. Voigt also one of those drivers that might have come down pit road. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like 38 laps on this stint. So he's stretched this fuel farther than anyone else. He's going to try to take it to lap 40. Some of these drivers may be praying for a caution. It hasn't happened yet. Field very, very spread out here. The 90's still out on the racetrack. Impressive. Some of these guys getting around him, though. The longer he stays out, the more that the tire advantage takes over. You can see the 44 of Shutters behind him. Gonna get a good run off of 2. And now up on the bumper of the 90. To the outside here to get his lap back. So a lot of the top 5 has stayed out. Cofield, the first of those cars that has hit pit road. He has more fuel than these other drivers. He will probably be able to stretch it a lap 60 or so. Cody Anderson bringing it down pit road. Number 42. And the 42 started all the way back in 18th position here tonight. A little bit of a struggle here for Cody Anderson. But he's going to take, looks like a fuel-only stop for the number 42. So out there for another lap lead. Rafael Hubie staying out. Looks like the 7 of Schwartz is going to bring it down pit road. And he gets a fuel-only stop as well. Does still lose a lap, though. Schwartz is going to be the first car a lap down. Michael Kostick coming off of turn 2, not going to be able to pass the 7 of Schwartz. But Kostick did take 4 tires. That will be an advantage here for the 8. Another car down pit road. Trying to get a number on that car. And we've got a pass going on here for the 4th position. Jonathan Cofield to the inside of Jonathan Atkins. Side by side as they go into what would be 3 and 4. The 58 way off the pace here. Maybe bringing it down pit road.
If you're a professional race car driver or crew chief, then you know how important it is to ensure the safety of your team while unloading and maneuvering your car around the track. That's where Steering Buddy comes in. Steering Buddy from Hostile Industries is the go-to solution for making unloading your car a breeze. It essentially eliminates the need for a crew member to be in a vulnerable position in a liftgate, resulting in a safer environment for everyone. Not only that, but Steering Buddy allows you to maneuver your car from the outside around sharp turns, reducing the time and attempts required to get it in position. And setting it up couldn't be easier. Simply install the clamp onto the steering column and good to go. Plus, with its own battery, you won't have to draw power from your car, and it eliminates the lateral force that crew members often apply to the steering column when maneuvering the car from the outside. So, if you want to ensure the safety of your crew, make unloading your car a breeze, and reduce time and effort, Steering Buddy is the product for you. Get yours now at steeringbuddy.com.
Hey man, copy. Yeah, I work on the tires since the first lap saving. I was not expecting the pits, the strategy of the pits, and then when the first guy said going pit, then I figure out, oh my gosh, I need to fill the shit, and then I start to make a calculation, and all right, that's what I can do from now, and 2 tires, and then I take 2 tires now again, and I hope we don't get a long stint right now. We need like 20 laps in pit again, I think. Let's see what's going on from here. Thank you.
disconnection issues. We're still having some problems here. I apologize for the microphone issues. We're going to get this all sorted out. It seems that my microphone might be dying, which is unfortunate. We're going to keep tabs on that. Thank you for keeping me posted there, Donna. When it cuts out, I have no warning. It doesn't tell me. It just shuts off. How long have we been dead air? It's unfortunate that we're having these issues here tonight. I'm going to take a little break here, trying to get some things sorted out. I apologize to anybody that this is affecting. We might have to go back and save this replay, redo the whole broadcast. I'll try to get this sorted out. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're watching the first chase race at New Hampshire Bluegrass Cup Series live on V-Speed. We'll be back right after this.
If you're a professional race car driver or crew chief, then you know how important it is to ensure the safety of your team while unloading and maneuvering your car around the track. That's where Steering Buddy comes in. Steering Buddy from Hostile Industries is the go-to solution for making unloading your car a breeze. It essentially eliminates the need for a crew member to be in a vulnerable position in a liftgate, resulting in a safer environment for everyone. Not only that, but Steering Buddy allows you to maneuver your car from the outside around sharp turns, reducing the time and attempts required to get it in position. And setting it up couldn't be easier. Simply install the clamp onto the steering column and you're good to go. Plus, with its own battery, you won't have to draw power from your car, and it eliminates the lateral force that crew members often apply to the steering column when maneuvering the car from the outside. So, if you want to ensure the safety of your crew, make unloading your car a breeze, and reduce time and effort, Steering Buddy is the product for you. Get yours now at steeringbuddy.com.
Back here live at New Hampshire, and I checked my connections. I think everything's okay. Didn't have any loose USBs or any frayed wires. No fires started here yet. There is one fire on the racetrack, and that's the 14 of Hawkins. He has pulled away, maintained 1.6 seconds now over your second place pole sitter of the night, David Farmer. Since before the interview, that is a long time. So whatever is going on with my microphone, I apologize. It might just be one of those situations where my computer's doing updates or random things that I can't control. It seems that we're having problems with ATVO here tonight as well. iRacing update kind of messed with things. So we'll try to get to the bottom of that for you guys. Again, I apologize. It's been a rocky start here. Down pit road here for the 17 of Silvers, the 44 of Shutters. Holder down as well. These guys bring it down pit road on lap 94. So it seems that the green flag does not want to stay overridden as well. We are clean and green since lap 71, I believe. And Hawkins stretches that gap out to 2 seconds now for 51 laps led. A dominating performance here for the 14. And a great start to the chase. '84 Farmer trying to figure out what to do here. has the fastest lap time in practice, has the fastest lap time in qualifying. But out here on the racetrack, the overall, the average, that's what you're looking for. And some of these other guys putting it down just a couple tenths faster. As Hawkins comes by last time, 30.895 to David Farmer's 31 flat. Checking out what's going on the rest of the racetrack. Rafael Huby has worked his way up to third. Brandon Morton up to fourth. Daniel Cunningham, fifth spot. We had this cycle on pit road with Silvers, Holder, and Shutters. Hoyt also hit pit road. He was the first one down. Jonathan Cofield trying to get his lap back. We've got 5 cars off the lead lap. That's Silvers, Holder, Shutters, Foyt, and Cofield. And that's to this guy right here, coming by for lap 99. 53 laps to go now. I'll try to stay on top of it. I'll keep an eye on my voice meter here to make sure that it's working correctly. Hopefully we don't cut out again. I know that that's very frustrating for the viewer, and it's a little frustrating for me as well. It was probably the worst technical issue I've had in quite some time. I've been broadcasting for about 3.5 years now. We had some mistakes early on, issues with hardware, software. You know, I never like troubleshooting any kind of issues during a broadcast. It can be very frustrating to try to figure out what Windows decides is working and not working. Well, we're going to get through it together, and I thank you all for coming in here and watching this broadcast. They never go this bad, I promise. We have brought you 3 races so far here for the Bluegrass Cup Series, live Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you want to compare it in contrast, hit the subscribe button here on V-Speed and Bluegrass TV so you never miss a single race as we bring you the remainder of the season. These guys are in chase format. They're getting ready to crown a champion. And right now, it's GT Hawkins with the most laps led here tonight at New Hampshire. 102 laps in the books. Coming up on green flag pit stops for the 14, the 84, and the 21. Who's going to bring it down first and force the hand? 39 laps now out on the racetrack for these drivers. And here comes the 14 right on cue. Looks like the 7 of Schwartz behind him, distantly there down pit road. The 14 doesn't miss his stall. He's going to get 4 tires and Sunoco race fuel. Schwartz coming into his stall now. Also 4 tires and Sunoco race fuel for the number 7. Farmer stays out. Going to try to get some more laps led. Stretch this run out a little bit further than the 14. How much further does he want to go, though? We know tires are an advantage, but the longer he stays out, the more ground the 14 makes up. You can only hope that the 14 of Hawkins gets caught up in some lap traffic or some drivers and loses a little bit of time. The longer he stays out it's gonna hurt the 84. He's gonna have to bring it down pit road here within the next 2 or 3 laps. The 14 definitely forced the hand of the rest of these drivers. 84 stays out again for another lap. Maybe banking on a caution here. Doesn't matter though, the 14 is able to stay on the lead lap after cycling through. Rafael Hubi, who stretched it out the furthest on those runs, he'll be the next car behind Farmer, and then you have Barrett Morton. So these guys have figured out their fuel runs, their strategy. They're going to try to play it out for the remaining 45 laps, I believe, as they come across the line. It's that 151 that's getting my math all jumbled up. Daniel Cunningham trying to get into the top 3. On board here with 85. And if you don't know it, this next-gen car has paddle shifters in it. You can hear 5 gears as they race into the corners. Constantly shifting here at New Hampshire. Hubi takes over the lead. Farmer comes down pit road. 4 tires going on the 84. He's down and away. He gets passed by Hawkins. Hawkins with a massive jump over the 84. Farmer's got his work cut out for him because these guys that short pitted all get around him except for Foyt. Talking about Ryan Stedel, Radburn, Shutters, Holder, Silvers. Here comes Healy down pit road. Barrett Morton in as well. 4 tires and fuel going on that machine. 4 takers down pit road now. Kostick down, and we've got Cunningham. Grenier staying out into the 2nd position. That's the 7 of Schwartz, who's short pitted. Trying to chase down the 21 of Hubi. Hubi, 48 laps on this stint. Down and away now for the 57 of Atkins. The 11 in his stall. Kostick, Cunningham back out on the racetrack now. The 7 of Schwartz gets around them. He has 7 laps on this stint. Very difficult to pass. The tires will even out. And about 7-lap difference here between the 7 of Schwartz and the 85 of Cunningham. So Hubi brings it down pit road, and here comes Hawkins to resume the lead with about 40 to go. He has stretched out 5.5 seconds over your 2nd place driver of James Silvers. And an even bigger stretch here to David Farmer, who was in 2nd position before these green flag pit stops began. And the 84 might have stayed out a little bit too long because he let a lot of these guys at short pit ahead of him. He's got to chase them down. 0.7 of a second separate him and Shutters to 4th. You can see the 44 now exiting turn 2 as they come off into the backstretch. And it looks like Healy, a lap down car, in 13th just behind him. A lot of nose damage there on that 97. But in a time zone all his own, barring that a caution doesn't come out, the 14 of Hawkins has a sizable lead here in the remaining 40-plus laps of this race, looking like he might wrap it up with a dominating performance here tonight at New Hampshire. We went through all the analytics. We talked about the statistics. Well, I did. You guys didn't hear it, but we did talk about it to start this race off here at New Hampshire. Silver's trying to hold off Holder for second position. This battle's starting to heat up a little more each lap. Look at the gap back there. That's Silver's just now coming off of turn 2. Doesn't look like Farmer has anything for these boys in front. The lead has stayed at 9.4 and 0.6 of a second separating him in the 44. Slowly working his way up there as he drives it into turn 1. Maybe he will get a few positions, but I doubt he catches the 14 unless we have a caution. That's the only way Farmer gets bailed out of this situation. Such a sizable lead there for the 14. Now all over the back bumper of the 44 of Shutters. Pass to the inside. Diving down to the bottom now for the 84. He gets by Shutters and goes to work on his next victim, the 9 of Holder, who's got Healy on the inside. A lap down car trying to mix this up a little bit. And those are teammates side by side now. Healy gonna let the 84 of Farmer go by. And now down to the inside of Holder for 4th. Actually top 3 here for the 84. Still a lot of work to be done, though. 8.9 seconds separate the 17 of Silvers, and he is losing more ground as these laps progress. 30 to go as they cross the line. That's what, 8 seconds, almost 9. Over 9 seconds as they come off of turn 2 or 4, and Silvers tags the wall. That's not going to help. Gets a little bit tight there on the exit of 2. Allows Farmer to catch up a little bit more. Going to take the high line here for the 84. Great run off of turn 4, and now takes away second position. The 17 of Silvers has to hit pit road. These guys short pit a little bit too short. And now bringing it down pit road, a little strategy to mix it up. Wasn't sure if these guys can make it to the end, but this should be the last stop for the 17, the 9, and the 44. Right side's up on the 17. Right side's going up as well on the 9, the 44. The 17 is going to go down and away about the same time as Holder does. And now the 44 is down and away. Hawkins still out on the racetrack. 10 seconds separating him and David Farmer all the way on the backstretch here. Can Hawkins stretch this run out far enough? Or do they have to come down pit road? I'm going to guess one more time. Coming up on some lap traffic. That's the 6 of Barrett Morton. "26 laps to go as they cross. So it's 70 laps led here for the 14. And it's been a good race for him so far. Provided we don't have a caution. It looks like this lead's big enough. He could afford to just come down and top off with fuel. And maybe maintain this advantage. We'll have to see if he's used up all his tire sets. But right now, as it sits, Hawkins with the winning strategy to take over this lead. David Farmer, still a respectable race, started up on the pole. He's kept it up in this top 3 for the vast majority of the race. He's led 21 laps, trying to chase down the 14 of Hawkins. It is almost 10 seconds separating these two, but kudos to the 84 team for a great start here. The 21 of Hoobie. His cycle has put him in the top 3. Daniel Cunningham, also a respectable race, in the top 5. And Jeff Voigt, we talked to him during the caution. He's in the top 5 in 5th position with a little 2-tire strategy that paid off. Got him some laps led as well. Hawkins down pit road now. Down and away, 4 tires. Farmer's going to take over the lead. Does he make the same mistake and stay out too long this time, or does he bring it down? He knows that he's going to have to contend with those 3 that pitted short. That's James Silvers, Shutters, Holder, I believe, also in that group, but Holder, 3 laps down, had some issues on pit road. Something went on here with the 9. He loses a ton of time, falls off the lead lap by a long shot. So not entirely sure if Holder maybe got loose or had to come back down for a penalty. But he finds himself, a minute 34 in the box. I would say the 9 got caught speeding. Gonna stay on another lap here for Farmer. Second place, Rafael Hoobie. Probably going to be the last car down pit road to cycle out this last stop. He's only got 18 laps on this stint compared to the 22 that Farmer has. Hawkins making a pass now on the 15 of Grenier and now up to 7th spot. So who's going to be the next driver down pit road? There's Schwartz, who was one of the first ones down. He'll have enough to make it to the end, but the tires, just such a big difference here. All over the back bumper now for the 14. He gets the pass on the inside. And down the front stretch, another position gain here for the 14. Jeff Voigt, the next one in line. He's side by side with Jonathan Cofield. Cofield 1 lap down, praying for a caution to get this wave around. Fifth spot now for the 14. So gets by the number 58. Now going after the 57 of Jonathan Atkins. Atkins is about 2.5 seconds ahead now as they come off of turn 4. Farmer stays out another lap. Maybe trying to stretch this out to the very end. Will he have enough fuel? He has a 9-second gap over Hubie. About 18 seconds over the 14 of Hawkins. And there's Silvers behind him, who came down pit road trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. Second place driver, Rafael Hubie. Third place, Daniel Cunningham, Jonathan Atkins. Going to be under fire from the 14 of Hawkins very soon. These drivers on a little bit different strategy. Rafael Hubie, we know, can stretch it the furthest. He might be able to make it to the very end. Haven't seen anyone electing to take that inside and touch that apron, but it looks like the 57 makes a mistake, overshoots the entry to 1, and then opens up the door for the 14 of Hawkins to get the nose down the backstretch. He's going to take the position up to 4th now for the 14. These guys better hope they can make it on fuel. If they can't, this is going to be a race-ending strategy. Unfortunate if they can't go all the way. The 21 is probably going to be the closest. We know he can stretch it. David Farmer, 29 laps on this stint. The longest we've seen anybody run it is 45 laps. They might be a little bit short here. 137 laps out of 151. We still have about 30 or 23 laps to go as they cross the line. It's going to be very, very close. Banking on a caution here for the 84. Mathematically, I'd have to say that the 84 can't make it. And it's going to be really, really close for Hubie. I'd have to say that I haven't seen anybody stretch it this far. So these guys probably relying on a yellow to come out. And it just hasn't happened. Daniel Cunningham, the next in line to get passed by Hawkins with those fresh tires. We're talking about 17 laps in difference here. Hawkins just picking them off one at a time. There's John Schwartz in the 6th position, looking back off the rear bumper now. Matt Grenier and Brandon Holder actually 3 laps down just behind him. But Grenier has a chance to get 6th spot away. And gonna get a good drive off here of turn 4. A little bit fresher tires for the 15. You can see how much the 7 is having to back these corners up. And that's going to put him right up on the bumper again. Hawkins gets around the 85, now up to 3rd. 13 seconds separate him with about 10 to go. Riding on board now with the 84. Doesn't sound like he's saving, so he either can make it or he knows he can't, and he's just going to drive it out. It's going to be very, very close. I hope you guys understand that this could be the race-winning strategy for the 84 team to start up on the pole after a dominating performance by the 14. Lead down to 12.5 now. Hoobie is the next car in line to get past, and Hawkins is 3.5 seconds behind him. Probably not enough time here for the 14. The 14 showing the fastest car on the racetrack last time by with a 30.7. David Farmer, a 31 flat. 2/10 not going to cut it here for the 14. If Farmer can make it on fuel, he's got about 6 laps left to do it. .8 separating him and Rafael Hoobie as we wait for Hoobie to come out of turn 2. There's shutters behind him. An issue here with the 44 also on pit road. But coming up to take 6 laps to go, David Farmer from the pole. He's led 39 laps. He's going to keep holding it together. Just a little bit longer here for the 84. He just has to make it to the checkered flag. Hoobie lets the 44 go by. He too has to make it on fuel. Five laps to go as they come out of turn 4. This is going to be a nail biter here for the 84. 11.3 seconds now. Coasting it for an eternity through these corners. Probably keeping it in 4th gear for the most of the straightaways to try to save a little bit of fuel. There he shifts up just barely. Being very light on the throttle here. 2 seconds separating the 14 and the 21. There goes Hawkins around the 24 of Kaiser. 16th place driver in the 24, a lap down. 4 to go now. Down the backstretch for the 84 Farmer. I can't believe this strategy works out the way it plays out. I guess mathematically these guys knew something that we didn't up here in the broadcast booth. Tried to analyze everything we could here before the race, and unfortunately didn't analyze that the microphone wasn't working, but it stayed clean and green for the remainder of this race. We've had 2 green flag pit stop sets since lap 71, 3 laps to go, and David Farmer with the lead, starting on the pole. Gonna take 2 to go off of turn 4. Looking like he has enough fuel. He's going to be out here for 44 laps. When they cross for the checkered flag. No one behind him. Just has to get around this place 2 more times. Rafael Hoobie might be able to hold off Hawkins just long enough. White flag up in the air here. One more time around for Farmer. Ends to turns 1 and 2. No one around him. 9.1 seconds separating him and the 21. The battle heating up though. Hoobie looks like he can make it on fuel as well. Coming into the entry of 3 and 4. Farmer comes off the final corner for the last time with the strategy all playing out into his hand. It's the 84, the winner here tonight. Rafael Huby coming home in second. Hawkins is going to get third. Daniel Cunningham and Jonathan Atkins. What a drive there for the 57 team to bring it home in fifth. Schwartz, after his up and down day, starting outside the pole, bringing it home seventh. Silvers in eighth. Kostick in eighth, actually. Silvers ninth. We had 9 cars remaining on the lead lap, and the number 84 surprises all of us here tonight as he's able to get the win. Race interviews with your top 3. We're going to take another quick commercial break here. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series at New Hampshire, live on V-Speed. We'll be back right after this.
If you're a professional race car driver or crew chief, then you know how important it is to ensure the safety of your team while unloading and maneuvering your car around the track. That's where Steering Buddy comes in. Steering Buddy from Hostile Industries is the go-to solution for making unloading your car a breeze. It essentially eliminates the need for a crew member to be in a vulnerable position in the liftgate, resulting in a safer environment for everyone. Not only that, but Steering Buddy allows you to maneuver your car from the outside around sharp turns, reducing the time and attempts required to get it in position. And setting it up couldn't be easier. Simply install the clamp onto the steering column and you're good to go. Plus, with its own battery, you won't have to draw power from your car, and it eliminates the lateral force that crew members often apply to the steering column when maneuvering the car from the outside. So, if you want to ensure the safety of your crew, make unloading your car a breeze, and reduce time and effort, Steering Buddy is the product for you. Get yours now at steeringbuddy.com.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The Milo gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
Back here live at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, trying to catch up with your top 3. We've caught up down on pit road now with your third place finisher. Fastest car on the racetrack here tonight, but unfortunately not able to show the position and get the win. Hawkins, the strategy just kind of fell into the hands of some of these guys. It seemed like those cautions mixed everything up. And on lap 71, the double pit, these guys stretch it out just far enough.
Yeah, it's definitely a bummer, but it was great to get some green flag laps in there and everybody raced clean. Yeah, I mean, it's a bummer, but hopefully we got some good points for going into Talladega next week, and hopefully we can not have issues there. You know how that track can be. So yeah, just carry this momentum into next week.
Yeah, we know how the restrictor plates can be such a gamble, but you're able to capitalize here in New Hampshire. And I know that the first race here for the playoffs and reset of the points, you put yourself in the third position. How tough was it, though? It seemed like this car was really out of control to start this race off, and a lot of guys struggled. Was it tough to get on the throttle here on the exits?
It's really easy to overdrive it. So if you ran your whole run overdriving it showed in the rear tires. So it definitely got to be a handful. And that margin for error is very thin. You only need to slip up a couple times to really feel it in the car. So that's I think that's fun. That shows who's driving and who's not.
Well, the 14 coming home in third position. Hawkins, do you have anybody you'd like to shout out for tonight's performance? Well, we got you.
Yeah, thanks my teammates Cornerstone, Glory Pole. Thank you for broadcasting. Jason and everybody at Bluegrass for putting this on, and all my friends, family out there watching. Thanks.
There's your third place finisher of the night here. That is GT Hawkins. We appreciate your time, and hopefully we get to talk to you at Talladega.
Thank you much. We'll see you.
Moving on down pit road, we have your second place driver. That's Rafael Huby. And Huby, you were stretching the fuel further than anyone else. I thought if Farmer wasn't going to make it, you were definitely going to be in the situation. 39 laps on that stint. You were sitting pretty.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, I was like lifting a lot earlier than the others and just letting the car roll on the corner. So I was a lot more off the gas, and that helped me. And on the first, before the stage, I didn't think I was gonna make it, so I was just running normally. And when I had like 10 laps till the end of the stage, I noticed, oh, I'm only one lap short. So I started turning off my car and tried to make it. I just barely make it, but I had to pit with the closed pits because by the time the stage ended, I had like zero point 0.1 gallons. So I just ran a full lap with the engine turned off to make it to the pits, and that caused me to go to the end of the longest line. So I restarted and just did the same because I knew I was gonna last on fuel, and yeah, it works.
It works. I mean, when you come out with a strategy and we had these cautions at the beginning of the race, it just shook everything up. How hard is it to just do math and figure out what you're going to do to stay out there?
Well, I stopped every caution. First one was my fault, so I stopped to see if I had damage, and I want to say sorry to Atkins because I think he crashed on that one. I just spun. And the second one I stopped too because I thought, well, I'm gonna try to make it to the stage, and that's it. I mean, I did no math. I just run.
Just run it.
And yeah, when I noticed that I could make it, I just make sure I would make it. But it was really risky because I could have been without fuel and have to tow my car. Hopefully, I made it to the pits, and yeah, I mean there were no math involved because after the caution, I just knew I could make 50 laps, and we had like 90 laps, so we had 10 spare laps, even without saving fuel. So yeah, no math involved.
Well, that's fortunate because if I have to do math, I usually lose my mind. Congratulations, Rafael. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out and thank for the second place finish here tonight?
Oh yeah, I wanna say thanks to my team, WJM Motorsports, for having me. Thanks to our sponsors too, Oxy Green, Cloud Hardy, Super Sponsorman, Extreme Sim Racing, Speakeasy Pen Emporium, and Garza Law Firm.
We appreciate your time there, Rafael, and we're going to Talladega next week. Good luck, and maybe we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next week.
Thank you very much.
There's your second place finisher here tonight, Rafael Hubi, getting it done, capitalizing. And I asked him if he did math. He said there was no math involved. We just send it. Able to capitalize on the stage points and bring it home in the second position. We've got one more driver down here in victory lane. That's Red Rocket Dave in the number 84. I was looking for the name, and David Farmer getting the
sorry
win.
about that.
It's okay. I'm new to the league and the Discord, so some of the names I'll get adjusted. You get the win here tonight. You're gonna place yourself up top after the reset, the 84 car with the winning strategy. David, how does it feel?
Man, it feels awesome. Coming off the win last night in the Xfinity Series as well. It was, it was. So I'm a lot of guys in the league know. I'm not sure everybody knows, but I'm not going to be able to race next week. With got a vacation coming up, and family comes first. So going into this week, I knew that I didn't have to win, but it would just be really nice to be able to go on vacation and not even have to worry about Dega at all, because the super speedways, there is some strategy, but at the same time it's also just a lot of luck, it seems. So this win means a lot. It feels great. I can't believe it worked out. I'm not sure what happened on the strategy with the other guys, or what happened at all. Obviously their fuel or tires just weren't making it, so they felt they had to stop. But yeah, it was a really fun race. Had an awesome time, and glad to take home the victory.
Yeah, and it just seemed like the guys had short pit, and once they did that, whether it was the tires and they felt that they had to pit because they were so off pace, or they were running out of fuel, it just seemed like it came down to who was driving the right line to save.
Yeah, and I know a lot of guys, you could hear whenever you're side by side with them, or even right in front, right behind them, they were shifting down to third on the corners to get the car to turn. Of course, we're running just the base iRacing fixed setup in this league, and those setups are built around a full tank. So sometimes it's hard to get the car to turn. You can play with the brake bias a bunch, and that'll help. But downshifting is the big thing that gets the car to turn into the corner and let you drive off. So that's the only thing I could think that I wasn't downshifting to third in the race. I did it in qualifying to take the pole. But not downshifting to third throughout the race, only to fourth. I think is what allowed me to save enough fuel. I think we were getting close to 50 laps it was 48 laps to the tank. So once I figured that out after the stage, kind of played with numbers in my head, and when we went back to green, I was like, man, this is not a two-stop race. This is definitely just a one-stop race. So that's what we changed our strategy to, and it worked out.
Fortunately, you were able to figure that out. I know I just talked to Hubi and Hawkins doing the math there, trying to figure out what you guys were going to do. It was probably giving me a headache midway through the race, 70 laps in. So I can only imagine what it's like to be down there trying to control a car and struggle with that on top of trying to figure out a strategy.
Yeah, and I'm lucky enough to have a couple of great teammates, and Matt Grenier and Alex Healy. They were able to, we were talking through it about 10 or 15 laps into the second stage, and we're figuring it out together. So whenever you can, the pooled brain power makes it a little easier, so you don't have to do it all alone.
Pooled brain power. I'm gonna have to get somebody up here in the booth to do my analytics for me, I think. But David, congratulations on the victory. It sets you up pretty. Have fun on your vacation. But before we let you go, do you have anybody you would like to shout out and thank for tonight's win?
Thank you for coming in and doing the broadcast. I know this isn't your normal gig, but I'm sure it was an awesome one. I think you're with Eddie. Eddie Smith does some of V-Speed stuff too, correct?
Yeah, VSRN. Yeah, he does the Monday and I believe Tuesday nights as of right now.
Right. So Eddie did a great job, and I know you did a great job too as well. So thank you for coming in and doing that for us. Thank you to Jason Collins. He's the the head guy here, and thanks for putting on the league and giving us a fun time. It's always fun whenever you can get out here with the guys every week. You know, when we don't have it, we miss it. So, thanks for Jason. Thank you, Jason, for doing everything and getting it all going for us. Thank Race Control tonight, Joseph Penn. He doesn't do it a bunch, but when he does, the races just go without a hitch. It's great to have him around. Thank my teammates again, Matt and Alex, for pushing me through the race and helping me work through strategy. It's always, like I said, it's always nice to have a calming voice in your ear to kind of like, hey, this will work. We can do it. Just keep going with the strategy. And last but not least, thank my family for giving me allowing me to have the time to do this and enjoy it, and get to go spend some time with them with stress free and not worrying about this stuff on vacation next week. So I'm pretty excited, and I appreciate it.
Do you mind if we ask where you're going? I hope it's warm.
Yeah, so it's Florida. My wife is a Disney fanatic, so we're going to Disney.
Nice.
For our fall break. My 9-year-old daughter is on fall break, so we decided to go take a family trip.
Well, there you go. I have been there twice. It is organized chaos, but it is enjoyable. I hope you have a resort. Everything's all planned out. But outside of that, David, congratulations on the win. Go enjoy your vacation, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, will do, man. Thanks again.
Race winner David Farmer getting it done at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And that's going to take us to our final finishing order. Let's bring it up here on the track. Show those final results. Farmer, Hoovie, and Hawkins, the top three. Daniel Cunningham bringing it home in fourth. And Jonathan Atkins with a turnaround after getting spun on lap 1 brings it home in the top 5. Matt Grenier in 6th position with John Schwartz in 7th. 8th, Michael Kostick. James Silvers 9th. Radburn Shutters is going to round out your top 10. 11th spot will belong to Dustin Reinsettle with Alex Healy 12th. Jeff Foyt in 13th. Unfortunate there for the 90. Also unfortunate for the 58 of Jonathan Cofield. He's also finishing 1 lap down after getting involved on that lap 1 accident. 15th spot, Barrett Morton, a guy that was in and out of the top 10, gets back to 15th. Sean Kaiser in 16th position. Brandon Holder with an accident or speeding penalty. Something going wrong there on pit road, back to 17th. And a tough break here for Cody Anderson, finishing 71 laps down for the night in 18th. 3 cautions, 10 lead changes here tonight. New Hampshire Motor Speedway never disappoints. I want to thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. If you did enjoy it here on Bluegrass TV and V-Speed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. But for everybody that puts this league on, Jason Collins, and then V-Speed, Adam Baker, Eddie Smith, and everyone in between, this is Bradley Cooper signing off, telling you to have a great rest of your week. Take care, everybody.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
No, gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes
Slack.
Slack.
A punt from the 33.
It's a drag.